Welcome back to the Akhara Study channel. Today, we are opening up the Class 5 English syllabus to uncover the real history hiding behind one of our lessons. Our story starts with a student named Pritam. He rushes home from school, buzzing with excitement, because his teacher just gave him a special assignment for Republic Day. He's been chosen to sing the famous patriotic anthem, Karar Oi Loha Kapat. Looking at the textbook page, titled The Rebel Poet, it sets the tone with the lyrics for We Shall Overcome. But before Pritam can practice, his father stops him, asking a crucial question. Do you know who has written the song, Pritam? It's a vital point. Memorizing a melody is easy, but to genuinely understand a patriotic song, you have to understand the real-world sacrifices of the person who wrote it. That author is the legendary Kazi Nazrul Islam. To grasp the weight of his words, we have to leave the present day behind. On May 24, 1899, Nazrul is born in Churulia. He is stepping into an undivided Bengal that is entirely subjugated by British rule. As a young boy, he is captivated by the local folk theater. He studies the actors and the stories, eventually writing his own folk plays, like Datta Karna. But theater isn't his only education. In school, he crosses paths with a teacher named Nibaran Chandra Ghatak, a revolutionary who actively plants the seeds of anti-colonial resistance in his young student's mind. A deep immersion in Bengali artistic culture, combined with a sharp political awareness of colonial oppression. These two elements fuse together to form the foundation of a future rebellion. Back in the textbook dialogue, Pritam's uncle Rahim enters the living room and reveals a piece of history that often surprises people. Before he was a famous writer, the poet was a soldier. Nazrul actually enlisted and served under the British in the 49th Bengal Regiment. After the First World War, that regiment was disbanded in 1920, leaving him to find a new path. He packed up and moved to Calcutta. At that moment in history, the city was the bustling, heavily policed epicenter of British colonial authority. Immersed in the city, he falls under the influence of established literary giants, absorbing the works of Persian poets and the great Rabindranath Tagore. He now possesses the rigid discipline of a military soldier and the profound voice of a trained poet. This specific combination makes him an incredibly dangerous threat to the colonial establishment. As Indian uprisings against the British Empire grow in scale, Nazrul chooses to weaponize his writing. He drafts poetry, essays, and songs to publicly protest the cruelty of the state. In 1922, he launches a magazine named Dhumketu, where he publishes his incendiary poem Anandamoye's Agamone. The textbook explicitly outlines the government's reaction. The British grew perturbed. Fearing these writings would instigate freedom fighters across the country, police raided the magazine's office. They track him all the way to Kumila and arrest him, locking the writer firmly behind iron bars. The empire deployed heavily armed police units to silence a single man with a printing press. By reacting with such immense physical force, the British officially validated his words as weapons of war. Nazrul is eventually transferred to Hooghly Jail, trading the streets of Calcutta for the dark, damp reality of a prison cell. But the confinement fails to break his resistance. To protest the torture inflicted by the British guards inside the prison, he resorts to a drastic new tactic, a severe hunger strike. He refuses food entirely for more than a month. Day by day, he allows his body to slowly starve, enduring an unimaginable physical toll. Finally, in December 1923, the administration yields and releases him from the prison. He refused to surrender his physical body to the torture of his captors, and he refused to surrender his mind to censorship. Through this total refusal to break, he secured his permanent legacy as India's rebel poet. We return to the bright living room in the present day. Pritam has quietly listened to this entire history, and the lyrics on his assignment page now carry a weight he didn't recognize before. He looks at his father and finally understands. Reading the text, Pritam says, "Thank you so much, Father. Now I'll be able to sing Karar Oi Loha Kapat with zeal and passion." The textbook reinforces this realization right on the next page in the word trove section. To perform this song correctly, he must sing it with zeal, great energy, and passion, deep love. If you found value in uncovering the real history behind this lesson, be sure to like this video, share it with your classmates, and subscribe to the Akhara Study channel for more syllabus deep dives. Pritam learned that true patriotism isn't found in a memorized performance. It lives in the decision to carry forward the fiery, unbreakable spirit of those who actually